And we'd like to welcome you to It's All About the Youth Sports Talk Show. I am your host, Aaron Sutton. And once again, it's just been a phenomenal day, man. And I've been excited about getting here this afternoon. We got a great show ahead of us. But before we get into the show that we're going to talk about today, I have to recap what we did last week. If you missed last week's show, we were talking about Louisiana Youth Baseball. Louisiana Youth Baseball has been around for a long time, and we've been phenomenal with getting our kids, getting our youth back into baseball, swinging the bat. We have great partnerships with Major League Baseball. And if you're interested in becoming a partner with us in our Season 10, feel free to give us a call, follow us on the web, and we are definitely love to have you be a part of what we're doing this season. It was a great start to the season, and we're looking forward to a great season kicking off for the rest of the year. And not to mention just baseball, but we did volleyball. Volleyball was awesome last week, man. We had a lot of kids come out. The numbers increased. And if you're looking to get your kid involved, Monday and Thursday are our days, 6 p.m. to 7:30 at Kernan Gym. Feel free to become a volunteer today. Log in to Louisiana Youth Sports Network. You can log on and click on the volleyball logo and become a member, or even find out more information to bring your child out to participate with us. We look forward to you coming out and support what we're doing in the community, because hey, it's all about the youth, and that's what we're focusing on today. What we're going to talk about is some great topics, man, that are out here. You know that they're talking about legislation. How can they control those fans? How can they control those fans? How can they control those coaches? So getting into that, I would like to introduce some pretty esteemed guests, some guys that I consider like brothers and my friends, man. So I'll start off with this guy to my left. Could you give your name?
I'm Patrick Green of the South Baton Rouge Rams.
You see how he said that? I'm Patrick Green. Man, we having fun here, man. Talk.
I just got to be me, baby. That's all it is.
And so Patrick's gonna talk from the coaching aspect of this thing, right?
All day long.
And then we have the one and only, the infamous. Fabulous. Oh, he needs some more. Let me pour some more gravy on it. Felton Franklin, man. My man Felton Franklin is going to come from the official aspect of it, which is always interesting, man. That Felton's been on both sides of the fence, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, that brings an interesting part for you. You've been a coach, you've been a referee, and a parent. Same with you, Pat.
Yeah.
So when we come back, we're going to get into talking about what does it take to deal with an irate fan, an irate coach, an irate parent. As we tune in, stay tuned to It's All About the Youth Sports Talk Show. We'll be back after this short break.
Do you need to say great job, congratulations, or way to go? Crown Trophy on Sherwood Forest Boulevard in Baton Rouge has the trophy, plaque, acrylic, or crystal award you're looking for. Whether it's for your team, business, or church, come to Crown Trophy. We guarantee the highest level of customer service, and there's no charge for rush orders or trophy engraving. We're nationally known and locally owned. Visit us online to view our catalog at www.crowntrophy.com.
No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down. Taste the feeling.
At Roadrunner Towing, we love our God, our children, our nation, and yes, our sports. So let's play ball. Score big when you need a tow, either in East Baton Rouge or West Baton Rouge. Because at Roadrunner Towing, we don't want an arm and a leg. We just want your toes.
Hey, it's Mike Benson from Rock at Work inviting you to Classic Vinyls Classic Rock Night at Scoreboards on Coursey with my band Studio 4 as the house band playing from 8 till 9 every Thursday, then a guest spot from area talent directly after. You can submit your demo to Mike at eagle981.com for a chance to perform. Join us for Studio 4's Classic Vinyls Jam Night every Thursday from Scoreboards on Coursey, brought to you by Classic Vinyl Records and Eagle 98.1.
Now with that brawl on the Pee Wee football field, coaches and parents caught on camera throwing punches. Amy is here with more, and we see that's in front of their children. Amy.
I know, it's so hard to watch, and one parent actually said some kids were crying watching this all happen. These are adults they're supposed to be looking up to, and sadly this is not the first time this has happened at a youth sporting event.
The post-game handshake is supposed to teach good sportsmanship, but these coaches from two rival Pee Wee football teams did the opposite, throwing punches in a wild on-field fight in Virginia. Watch as this man shoved from behind, igniting a wild string of haymakers. One man grabbed by the neck and thrown to the ground, all as children as young as 9 years old stand by. It's a scene that has become all too common. Over the summer, parents and coaches from two softball teams threw down in an all-out brawl. In Florida, these two coaches decided to turn this Little League field into a boxing ring. And this parent at a wrestling match even shoved a child onto the mat. Adults behaving badly has become such a problem.
3, 2, 1. And we're back to It's All About the Youth Talk Show. If you didn't see that video, man, I just want to, wow. I'm your host, Aaron Sutton, and we have Patrick Green, and we also have Felton, the one and only Felton Franklin, with us live on the show. And Felton's coming from the referee aspect. He's also a former coach and a parent. What did you say?
They can't fight.
They can't fight. Come on, man. Look,
they can't fight at all.
Speaking of fighting at the game, could you imagine being in an environment like that? What do you think comes across from the aspect? You set little Johnny down. You talking to little Johnny, hey man, we're gonna go out here, we're gonna play a team sport, you know, we together, all of those good things. And then all of a sudden, out of the stands, you hear Dad say what?
I gotta say something, because I was attacked this year by a parent.
Wait a minute, wait.
This year.
Doing a youth?
A 5 and 6 year old game.
5 and 6 year old.
I got attacked.
Tell me about it.
We came out and a parent was cussing the coach, and I said, hey,
okay.
Baby, you can't do that. We ain't gonna do that here. I said, you know, the uniform was too tight. Well, you ordered the uniform. You wanted that. You know what?
So did they hit you with but you did the fitting?
Yeah, said I ordered it from China. These uniforms come from China. I was like, no, they didn't. They come from California. But, you know, so we talking, and I'm trying to, so she gets mad. I give her money back. I said, well, look, take your money. You're not gonna talk to the coach like that.
Right.
Leave. She cusses me out, leave her. So I'm thinking it's, we out there with the kids for the warm up to play. 5 guys come behind me. One of the parents say, Coach, look out. And then when I turned, the guy hit me, we fighting.
You got a good chin? Let me see, which side he hit you?
No, he hit me in the face.
He got you, he's
cut me, had glass on. He ain't hurt nothing though, look. And then, I mean, we sitting here saying we do stuff for the kids, and you know, I don't think nobody spend more money than me on uniform for other people's kids and trying to help people, help youth, the youth in America, and it's just bad how this happened. And
yeah, I mean, overall, when we're joking about because it's over. But looking at the big picture, man, I mean, who won in that situation?
Nobody won.
Nobody won. But at the same time, just if you think about the big picture, we just saw those coaches out there, they had a disagreement. So what do you teach kids? What are you teaching your kids? When don't like something, what should you do? Slam your helmet? If a kid slams his helmet on the ground, what are you gonna do to him?
I'm gonna run him. He can't get. He might not even be out there with me no more.
Right. So I mean, all of those things boil down to character. Character is what it's about.
Yeah.
So attitude reflects leadership. That the famous quote from Remember the Titans, right?
Yeah.
So I always look back at things like that. How can we improve our game? From the official aspect of it, man, that's a tough place to be in, especially in youth sports. There's no instant replay. Things happen. You've been out there all day. It's hot. You can't. You might be cutting corners.
Mm-hmm.
Cutting no corners.
You trying to get out of there early.
Yeah.
LSU playing, Southern playing.
I'm a little different.
Okay.
I love the kids first. So
Right.
none of the other stuff really matters when I'm out there. That's why I started coaching so long. I've been doing. I'm in this game with 25 years.
Right.
But it's changed a whole lot because now everybody is not about Little Johnny anymore.
I hear that a lot.
It's about
that people saying that it's changed, but in all actuality, what changed about it? What do you think that?
It went from that it's about the child enjoying themselves. Most times, most of the kids that played football back in the day, the parents made them play because they was chunky, or they needed to do something to exercise, or the kids was outdoor kids. Now, everybody looking for a meal ticket.
Okay.
And you can't tell no parent
that kid
is not that meal ticket.
That guy. So everybody from 5 and 6 years old, they're looking at their kid as he's the next ticket out of their situation.
Yeah, that's their next savior, and they don't care about. A lot of parents don't even care about grades. A lot of kids I have. If you got an F with me, you can't even play.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't let them dress. I don't let them play. So that's why, I'm glad what Leroy do with the grades and the honor roll system and stuff. It's good for the kids, it's good for the parents, but every year I'm gonna have a bunch out there because we don't play that.
So in the grand scheme of things, when you incorporate, no grades, no play.
Yeah.
So what happens to that kid in the social aspect of it? Are they allowed to practice?
Well, they can come out there. They're gonna come out there and do their homework. But we have tutors with the South Arizona. We have tutors. We have people that come out and tutor them. We 3 days a week we have tutors come out for the ones that have bad grades. And if they got good parents, but a lot of times, a lot of stuff fall on us as coaches. It fall on us because we got to be the mama, the daddy. We got to pick them up, Felka justify this. We got to ride around, pick them up. Then we got to take them, feed them, make sure they get grades and everything.
He didn't ball this week. He didn't ball. You didn't give my baby the ball enough.
Yeah,
so
enough.
we won. You won the game, coach.
Yeah.
But mama or dad is at the fence and they're barking. Rah, 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 rah.
Yeah.
How do you keep your composure when that happens?
Well, first of all, I'm gonna always be the dominant line in the relationship with me. I ain't gonna let them. From day one, it's not gonna be where the parents control. If I can't run the whole organization, I'm not running it at all. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna let no parent run nothing with me.
Okay.
I lose kids every year because the parents want to run the whole deal, but that's not gonna happen. You can't do that. You can't go to LSU or Alabama and telling people, no, you're not gonna tell me. And I feel like I'm one of them.
But I paid my money, coach.
I can give you your money back. I make enough. I'm gonna give you your money back. Don't come back.
Your money made sure your child had a uniform. That's it.
So when you look at the grand scheme of things, like I said, I go back to, man, this new legislation is gonna hit if it passes. How do you think that will affect the game as far as from the youth game all the way to the high school game? Let me ask you this. Let me position it this way. Are you in favor of legislation being put in place to govern fans, to govern irate coaching and parenting?
Well, for one, a lot of people, I'm gonna say it myself. I done slowed down a lot the older I've got, but everybody just tell me about cussing I grew up with my coaches. I was trained. That was the way I was trained.
So do you think that it was right?
Well,
it yielded results. So did it create winning? So that means
but it wasn't in a bad way. It wasn't in I can't say what they say to me, but I could
But I mean, when you look at the big picture, right? Cursing at a kid.
Yeah.
Telling the kid, Define what's right. Like, what's right about
Guess what? The kids cuss more than all three of us on this stage right now. The kids cuss, the mama cuss, the grandma cuss. So guess what? They get it.
So where do they see a break in their environment at, though?
Well,
where's the change at?
Certain kids you don't have to say a word to. You can look at them and they slap at attention. But some kids just need that. Come here, man, and I gotta get on him. Because if not, if you don't do it to him, the street's gonna do it to him.
Okay.
So I'd rather us control him by ways. Now I done lost. I'm using my organization. I done lost some kids to the streets that's in jail. And then I didn't
Murder.
I have to go to. I done been for murder. I done lost 5 kids get killed. Kids that were good kids, and I'm like, how this happened? I done buried a bunch of kids doing this. My 30 years in coaching, and it's hard for me to go there to a funeral home. And then you just witnessed this yourself. You just had to bury one of your kids walking down the street get shot. So you got to understand that tough love, I think, is the best love to me.
Okay.
If you get kids into, and I mean the kids know I love them. They gonna know, Coach. I got kids playing for me years ago, still come around and still, because they know if it wasn't for me getting on them, they say, Coach, they come tell me that.
So using profanity in a form of discipline instruction, not to demean.
Not to demean.
Okay,
No, never to demean.
So whereas I know we have a lot of situations where Coach may be living through his superstar athlete. So now with all the research that's coming out, we got, they were saying, well, if you kids carrying the ball too much, that's like baseball. Now they got pitch counts in baseball. All of these things are coming out to regulate. So if football came out with, I guess, regulations to say, well, a kid can't run the ball but 20 times, and a parent was irate, we gonna win. We can't win the game without my boy running. My boy's the man, and he's at the fence and he's cussing you out. Felton, how do you handle that from a referee standpoint? And wait a minute though. And Coach is saying, well, profanity is a part of our culture. Parents understand me, I understand the parents understand that I'm going to use profanity. That's our culture. How do you handle that? As far as if they're not in disagreement with him using profanity on the field with their kid, how do you feel about it?
Well, going back when I was coaching, I used it in certain situations. But as I grew, I matured. And I knew I had to raise the ceiling to the kids. All right. Now, as a referee, I'm not the coach, but I also assist the coach. My job is to assist on the field to make sure they're running the rules right, doing this. Now, if I have a coach who's cussing, now I have refereed him, I officiate him, and so I would tell.
Speaking of you guys, you officiating.
Yeah.
Coach Green in a game. Have you ever thrown Coach Green out of the game?
I haven't thrown him out, but I hit him with some 15.
Some 15. Coach, how did you feel? Felt your butt.
It wasn't.
Was it called for? Did she even hit you with the 15?
He should have hit me with it, but I still won. And that's all that matters.
That's all that matters?
Coach,
that could have cost the game.
It couldn't cost me the game when I look over there on the other side of the field and see what I'm playing against. It's just I have that. I can look over there and see.
But you're not between the lines. You just coaching.
No, but I'm probably the best out there. And in junior football, I'm top dog.
You're the top dog?
I'm top dog.
He all right.
Hey, look, when you talk about confidence, man, and you talk about being that dude, did you hear what Coach Pat Green just sit here and say, look, I'm the best. Junior football meeting,
and that's why he gets
9 to 10-year-old level, right?
Yep.
You're the best in the business.
I'm the best.
Period.
Ain't no more. But all the money, you win a championship and run off and leave. I'm gonna go travel.
We're gonna get into that too.
I'm gonna go. I don't want to play no more.
Holler. I love it when we talk about confrontation between coaches, which we showed those clips a few minutes ago. That seemed like some coaches had some serious disagreements. So here we are. Splits in organizations happen. Coaches decide I'm gonna start my own team based on what? Disagreements. All right? So when that happens, we saw these guys on the clip that we showed a few minutes ago, which I want to cue that clip again in a few minutes, but that clip was showing these guys, they were literally out there in the middle of the field going at it, man. Have you ever had a situation where a coach was a part of your organization and you went to blows with him?
I've never went to blows with a coach that was a part of my organization. I didn't been into it with altercation with parents. Now, I had another coach 25 years ago. kids was fighting during the game. And we break up the game. We break up the fight, and the kids, the coach, one of the kids falling around. I had the coach put his foot on a kid's chest, and a coach, and he got hit for that.
He got hit for that.
Oh yeah, he got hit. But you can't. I would hit him if it was any other kid. Any kid, you just can't do that. You can't stomp a kid. You know, you can't do that. So the thing is with when coaching, you got a lot of stuff to look out and look at. You got to look at a lot of things. You deal with. You have 150 kids out there. You got. You know, you got kids out there, you got parents out there, you got a lot of egos.
It's a lot going on. And when we come back, we'll touch on this ego situation you're talking about, because you got a lot of it going on.
Oh,
I feel it. I feel it. Stay tuned. We'll be back on It's All About the Youth Sports Talk Show.
No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down. Taste the feeling.
At Roadrunner Towing, we love our God, our children, our nation, and yes, our sports. So let's play ball. Score big when you need a tow, either in East Baton Rouge or West Baton Rouge. Because at Roadrunner Towing, we don't want an arm and a leg, we just want your toes.
Do you need to say great job, congratulations, or way to go? Crown Trophy on Sherwood Forest Boulevard in Baton Rouge has the trophy, plaque, acrylic, or crystal award you're looking for. Whether it's for your team, business, or church, come to Crown Trophy. We guarantee the highest level of customer service, and there's no charge for rush orders or trophy engraving. We're nationally known and locally owned. Visit us online to view our catalog at www.crowntrophy.com.
Hey, it's Mike Benson from Rocket Work inviting you to Classic Vinyls Classic Rock Night at Scoreboards on Coursey with my band Studio 4 as the house band playing from 8 till 9 every Thursday, then a guest spot from area talent directly after. You can submit your demo to Mike at eagle981.com for a chance to perform. Join us for Studio 4's Classic Vinyls Jam Night every Thursday from Scoreboards on Coursey, brought to you by Classic Vinyl Records and Eagle 98.1.
Look at that, look at that. Yeah, really? Really? That's what you want? Really?
Boys, get in the dugout! Get in the dugout,
Welcome back to It's All About the Youth Sports Talk Show, man. What a clip, huh? What a clip. So here we are. We're having a great game. Ump makes a bad call. Referee makes a bad call. Coach comes out of the dugout. Coach comes off the sideline. and rushes the field. He comes, gets in the referee's face right then. What happens? Walk me through it.
Not finna happen.
It's not finna happen.
It's not finna happen.
A punch is thrown, boom, hit you in the jaw. What's gonna happen? Are you gonna turn the other cheek?
Not at church. We're not at church.
We're not at church.
We're not at church.
We're on the football
We're not
field.
finna allow that to happen.
Are you gonna become a gladiator right with it?
Pretty much, yeah.
Why?
If you put your hands on
What are we teaching?
Let me tell you something. We're teaching don't hit anybody. First of all, when I do the plate and I have the coaches come, I let them know right then. I only talk to y'all two. I don't argue about nothing. Balls and strikes are mine. They're not yours. They're mine. I don't argue at all. I tell them quick at the plate, I argue with one person, that's my wife. That's it. I don't argue with nobody else.
So in the game, if they feel like a call is not justified, or just say football, a call is not justified, and they're like, hey, can I speak with you for a second? You come over there, and then they're in a situation where they're like, look, ref, he's obviously holding, or that was an obvious block in the back. You mean to tell me you couldn't see that? Are you serious? I mean, are you in a position to tell them?
I'm telling them no. Because number one,
you're cheating my kids.
That's if you got to know as an official, if you make any call, somebody's gonna be happy, somebody's gonna be mad. So if I make a call, this side's gonna be happy, this side gonna be mad.
How do you balance that?
It's no balance.
Do you try to? How much effort is put into the game to try not to put the game in your hands?
I don't want the game in my hands.
Right.
And to be truthful,
I mean, the objective is for it not to be in your hands.
At all.
It's for the teams to decide who wins, right?
All the officials do is just kind of just keep everybody moving along. That's all the officials' job to do.
Right.
Now, if the coach is doing his job, I don't have no problems.
Right.
See, a lot of times we get there, if the coach is doing his job, I mean, a lot of times when you see youth, they got daddy coaches, whatever coaches, on the sideline with them. If you got 5 people on the sideline, it's no way in the world that you should be coming at me at all. Because everybody should have a role. Now, if you're going to argue, if you coming at me arguing, first thing I'm going to tell you, freeze. I would drop that flag and give you 15. And then if you kid, I'm going to give you 2.
I think sometimes the referee in the game can get overzealous with the 15s, in a sense. But I mean, to set the tone for the game, you may have to give a warning, sideline warning, or drop a 15. But sometimes, I mean, I've seen in some clips of where guys are, even in games, where referees have been so, zealous to be the center of attention to where they're throwing flags on things that, you're looking at. What are we doing?
I don't like throwing flags. I'm gonna be truthful. I don't like throwing flags. I talk to the coaches.
Okay.
A lot of times, because it's youth, it's kids.
Right.
So I talk to the kids and I talk to the coaches. When I walk on the field, I'm the dominant. I'm dominant.
Okay.
I'm a different breed. I'm not scary, so I'm dominant.
Okay.
I'm coming in and let the kids know what I want. I'm gonna let the coaches know what I want. And when the coaches have a problem, I'll talk to them. But if we're gonna hope and holler, and remember this: I'm a man, you a man. Let's carry ourselves like men because we got the kids out here.
I was watching that clip, Coach.
They weren't carrying themselves like men.
Oh my God.
Again, they
oh
can't
my
fight.
God. Did you see the wife? What'd you say they can't fight?
Again, they can't fight.
The guy threw a punch, man. This guy, he as we would say, he slid him. Did he not? He slid him real good, man.
Well, a lot of times,
did you see the lady in the middle of that?
A lot of times,
So that means
I gotta
nobody
say
has
this here.
respect.
Right, nobody. I mean, the wife is out there in the baseball clip. The wife is out there. They're out there fighting, man. Then this guy, he literally comes from one side of the field to the other. You're the umpire, the referee, those things. Could you imagine being in a situation like that, man?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Here, look, we're gonna show it again. So here, as we look at it, man, look at this guy. He comes out of nowhere, right? So the ump is backing up.
Right.
Here's a guy. He's irate. Looks like the ump is really in a situation where he's throwing his hands up like, hey, man.
I'm gonna say this.
He doesn't want any trouble.
Look at that. What we don't see is what happened before that man ran out there.
Right.
Because if, truthfully speaking, a lot of times you can do what we call preventive maintenance.
Okay.
Okay, if you see it's going south, stop it.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's when people get thrown. If I see it going south, I'm gonna throw you out.
Right. Here it is right here. This is the part I wanted to. So you saw those guys. That guy came out. He cold cocked the guy.
Yeah,
Have you ever been in a situation where like that?
I've been in a situation like that just this past year. I mean, I got attacked. Never know the guy. You know what I'm saying? Came in. It was 5 guys coming at me. I didn't know which. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to stop. Like I didn't even know what was happening. But the thing is the parents stood there and watched. Now, no parent. That one guy come up and try to help. get in the middle. The parents, I would have taken them on.
Speaking of parents, so you're in the stands, right? A lot of times you're in the stands, and you hear a lot of incidents start with these words: "Get him, kill him, knock his head off." All of those things. So as we're looking at what this legislation that they're proposing will govern, things like that. I mean, somebody saying your son or your grandson or nephew is out there playing, and he's the quarterback, running back, or whoever, and this another fan is out there from the opposing team is saying, "Hey, get him, kill him, knock his head off."
Well,
Where is that?
Let's say this.
Okay.
It's a shame that we have to have legislation to do this. It's a shame. That means we done lost our focus. Okay. We shouldn't need nobody else to come in and tell us how to act in front of our own kids.
So do we get, once again, I mean, parents get caught up in emotion. Parents get caught up in emotion, and you said one of the key things that I think a lot of parents are living vicariously through their children.
Right.
Yeah. And when you're living vicariously through your kid, what I mean, the referee can be a hindrance to your kid's success.
Everybody.
The coach can be a hindrance to your kid's success, and the opposing team for sure can be a hindrance to your kids. They're playing dirty. What's the favorite word? They're playing dirty.
Oh, you cheat.
They're too old.
This the one kills me. They hitting my kid too hard. I ain't never know a kid say you hitting my kid too hard.
Football is designed.
Football is a violent sport. Football is a violent sport. But we never teach kids, and I know all of us has been around a long time, and we've never teach kids to hurt nobody or try to do nothing. And you know, all us joke with each other. Well, we take the game serious enough, and we like to teach the kids. But at one instance, we damned if we do and damned if we don't. You know what I'm saying? If I take it easy on you, everybody know I'll put 50 on you, and I ain't gonna lose no sleep. But you know, when you get
how does that come into play? Because temperatures rise.
Yeah, when you and they figure like you running the score up.
We have rules. We have rules in place that may help. The time will run. Things like that. Sometimes, if your team is just that dominant, I mean, if you the sledgehammer there than that, it is what it is, kind of, right? That's how you look at it.
People don't understand it.
So how do you, as a referee, you come to Coach Pat and you say, Coach Pat, put your third string in. He has his third string in, and his third string is more dominant than their first string. How do you still manage that? Why? Like what?
That's where the extra. And I done seen it. And I'm not saying Felton done it, but I done seen coaches. Hey man, tell me don't score the ball no more. How can I tell a kid don't score the ball no more?
I mean, it's a tough situation.
I cannot do that.
You worked all week, right?
Yeah, we
practiced all week. Now here's the time is running, so everybody don't quote unquote get to play. Because the time is running, and the referee might be instrumental in making it happen, which in turn causes the fans to do what? Be in an uproar. But I'm gonna say this: what do you do for crowd control in those situations?
Well, in that situation, when you got a dominant team that well, you know who's on your team that's not dominant. There's no team, including Pats, that every kid on there is dominant like that. Yep. And when you get to this, I've been knowing Pat 30 years. Let me tell you something. And I've been playing Pat. Let me tell you something. It's a kid on that team that can dial it back.
It might be one.
If you got a kid that's now granted, they got a kid. If you beat the team 50-0, man, you can dial it back.
Hey,
you can dial it back.
If I do dial it back, but I can't help it if you can't stop it. If you know my bread and butter, everybody going, he running the scissors. People be calling my plays and
there
you
it
still
is, the infamous, what do you
the scissors, you know it's coming. You know it's coming. You know it's coming. You gotta stop it. And you run, and guess what? I'll run. I didn't play teams where I only called 3 plays the whole game and still score 40 points. And only run 3 plays. That's it.
Listen,
and I'm not taking
you took one of the whoopers before, haven't you?
He took a bunch.
I ain't taking no bunch. You a bunch lie.
Hey,
I ain't no bunch lie. I ain't taking no bunch.
A dozen like Baker's dozen or like a regular?
Now don't make me tell the truth. Don't make me tell the truth. Don't make me tell the truth about you.
You've never beat me.
Whoa.
I love you like a brother.
TV, man.
I'll never beat you.
Hey, never.
Let me think about it. Let me think about it.
It's gonna be about you.
Never.
Hey,
what about the coaching, referee? You know, Phil.
They got a lot of people.
Have you ever beat Pat?
I'm trying to think.
If you got to think that long, you ain't got to come. Next segment.
Hey, but I'm gonna say this. Let's say this now. Since you won't bring it up, beat. Let's say this. Now, everybody here know the kids that I go get everybody cut and everything, and I make them play. And I'm always in the playoffs. I'm always in the semifinals. Trying to get it with the people. That's right.
So
that's right.
You know what? This is a great point that we were touching on this, because does it really get to where it's so competitive amongst the coaches that we forget about while we're
No. At the end of the day, this is my friend. This is my brother.
We're gonna talk.
And we're gonna talk, and after the game we're gonna laugh.
So how a 9 and 10-year-old can balance that? Y'all adults. Y'all know when there's an off switch. How does a 9 and 10-year-old balance that when they're out there?
Because you got to teach that. You teach that. You have to teach the kids.
So you teach.
Yeah.
Be edgy, but don't go too far over the edge.
And I'm gonna use this.
What's the method to teaching that?
I'm gonna use this and
talk about his mama, but don't call her out her name.
Look, I'm gonna use this here.
Every year.
Did you hear what I just said?
Yeah.
So do you talk about his mama? Don't you call her no? Don't call her gratitude though, right?
Don't do that.
Listen, I'm gonna say this here. Every year,
say her ankles are ashy.
Every year we have fan day, right?
With your ashy ankle mama.
Every year we have. Talking about my mama. We have fan day and homecoming. We buy each team every year. There's never been an incident out there.
Right.
It's never been. Now we done had a kid get hurt out there, playing football, but we've never had no incident. We never had nothing. And it's all love out there. We feed, we eat each other food, and we go around and have fun. And that at the end of the day, that's what it's supposed to be about.
So I mean, the grand scheme of things, I look forward to, man. I tell you, whether it's fan day, homecoming, all of those things, man. Like it's done like none other. Like we'll get into those things like more and more, but as the shows progress, man. But like nobody's ever seen that many people
out there.
At one time, Memorial Stadium with limited to no security. But once again, when you have an incident, one, just like those parents were fighting, those things. When you have one, it's going to get blown out of proportion. So we have to govern those things accordingly. So that's why I'm saying, when you teach edginess, because sometimes it carries over from the football field to home to the.
And that's a good point, because if you're teaching kids, you got to teach them how to be edgy, because life brings, you got to be edgy in life. Okay. But you got to teach them how far to go. See, a lot of kids.
So what's the method? A lot of coaches, people need to hear it. What's one of the methods? As a referee, from an official standpoint, how much do you tolerate from a kid? If Pat has a kid that's far more dominant than the other kid, he's looking at him like, oh, look at you crying now. You cry. See, in society, they say that's bullying now.
Okay, well,
that's
I'm going to tell you,
a form of bullying.
Let's do this. As officiating, when I'm officiating kids, the law says you can go as far as the person's nose. That's the law for assaulting a person. Mm-hmm. Okay, now, if I'm in there and I'm officiating because I'm watching. Now, if I see this kid going too strong on this kid and this kid can't take it, we all know when somebody breaking down. So if I see the kid breaking down, then hey, knock that off. And the kid's gonna knock off. They'll do what you tell them. If one thing about it, those kids do what you tell them. But you got to be a man up to step in.
You're saying that from a referee aspect, but he's being taught, hey man, you're the sledgehammer, that's the net. We're gonna finish.
But you think about it, is this. Now,
he signed up to play football.
Actually, when I coached, I knew my personnel.
Okay.
You got to know your if you coaching and you don't know your personnel, then you're not coaching.
Right.
Okay, you out there for the wrong reason. Number one thing is to know your personnel.
Is winning at the pinnacle? Are we willing to sacrifice everything for the W?
Winning is the pinnacle, but how you get there?
What are we willing to sacrifice for?
You shouldn't want to sacrifice nothing. But
I mean,
sweat,
some being sacrificed for it.
Hard work.
In the game, the grand scheme of things, whether it's football, volleyball, basketball, baseball, we can name all the sports, right?
Right.
Something's going to be sacrificed to get that W. Right. Whether it's just effort, being out coached,
right?
Once again, if you're just a more physical, dominant team, a lot of teams win. A lot of teams win in leagues because they're what? More dominant and physical, not just that they're the best coach.
I'm glad you said that because
the
the Rams 9-10 team is not the best coach team.
Oh,
they just have the name carries strong and they get better players.
I thought you said you were the best.
I mean, he can coach. He's a great coach.
He's
a great coach. But the personnel is.
Are you the standard?
Listen.
Are you the standard? Yes or no?
Yes, I'm the standard. Okay. And if you want to take it to that level, and I'm gonna go there because I gotta go there. Listen, It's the Rams and everybody else. That's how I look at it.
Wow.
Okay, let's put it this way.
And I'm on TV.
Let's put it this way.
And I'm saying that.
Let's be real.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's be real.
When you start back coaching, then you can.
I'm gonna have to.
So I you know what I feel in your spirit right now? I feel in your spirit right now.
What you feel in my
I feel like you're ready to just get out of the refereeing business.
Because he got mad.
Dude, I mean, if you're on the side, y'all know each other. You're refereeing.
Right.
If Pat says something, he has one in his back pocket, right? So you gave him 15. Now you going down the sideline, and he says something, but he knows that you guys know each other, and he uses it against you. Do you hold it against the kids? Do you take it personal?
No.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
You don't get angry?
No, because I know him.
What about other officials? You think other officials does it become personal?
I need to answer that. I want to answer this.
No, let me
How
say
you
this.
gonna answer questions projected?
No,
Let
you
me
saying
say
other
this.
officials. Because
You
I've
can't
been
do
on
that
the
because you
other
don't know the other
side.
officials. You don't know the other officials. I wouldn't dare go out there and say another official was doing what because I don't know him. But I can tell you what I do. Now, every coach.
Do you get mad enough?
Oh, I have gotten mad on
with the coach.
Yeah, I have. Because sometimes they go too far. But
so do you just throw the whole rule book at him after that?
No, I want him.
Do you become more of a, you violated that rule?
No.
Your team violated?
You'll see me say time. And I'm coming to that coach. And I'm coming to talk to him personally like a man. So look, now you're going too far. We're not going to have this out here. All right, once I come to you like a man, that's my partner, but I didn't come to him and say, oh, look. If I can hear your cussing in the middle of the field, your cussing is too much, and I'm going to throw a flag. And because there's zero tolerance for the cussing anyway. All right, so if I can hear you in the middle of the field, now once you get your kid to you, and you in the huddle, and I can't hear you, I don't want you cussing then, but I can't hear you. So I can't control
So
what
do you think other coaches, like, honestly, would even take that personal, like when you say that to them? Like, man, don't come talk to me, don't say nothing to me, man.
If I can't say nothing to you, you can't be out there.
Oh.
Because truthfully speaking, the official has control of the whole field.
Okay.
He's in charge. He's responsible. There's a lot of stuff that can happen to on the legal side to a official that most people don't know. Right. When he walks out there,
give us some scenarios. I mean,
if I see a kid out there and I know I can never tell a kid tell a coach that kid has a concussion. Okay, but I can see the kid is weird, kind of out of himself. I have to bring him to you.
Right.
Now, if I don't bring him to him and let him stay out there, I can be charged.
Right.
If parent want to start suing people, sue me. I'm not gonna have it because first of all, when I come out there, it's youth football. Okay, I don't care who wins. It's youth football, so I'm looking out for the kid. Now I'm gonna keep the coaches in check. I'm gonna keep the parents in check, and I'm gonna keep the kids in check. And you ain't finna around there and hit me.
So you can get your check.
And I'm gonna get my check. You better believe
I'm glad we had a chance to share that. Pat Green, you were able to say that you're the best. It's the Rams and all the rest.
And you know what? Everybody supposed to believe in themselves.
That, Pat Green.
You got people. You got spin-off teams. You got teams.
Name a spin-off team.
Name one. Don't do it.
You got spin-off teams. You got people, them dogs or something. People. You got gladiators. You got other people that come off.
Oh, you got some whisper. Tell me about something.
No, you know what I'm saying? You got people that come in and I say infiltrate your thing and don't like what you're doing. When the ship been going, the Ram is the oldest football team in Baton Rouge in youth football.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Then Scotlandville, and there's a couple teams, Jaguars come along, but when you got so many teams that guys come in the program, them daddy coaches, and want their kids to play.
We didn't even get into the daddy coaches yet, but you know what though?
I need to bring it up. We need to bring this up to the forefront.
What?
Don't leave now.
Don't leave.
Don't leave. Come back.
Don't leave.
I want you to get this
the
here.
Next
don't leave.
episode, we're going to talk about daddy coaches. We might have to bring you back.
Yeah.
Daddy coaches, I'm telling you, you're taking my thunder, man. That's my next show.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
Anyway, so what I want to do, man, is I want to tell you guys, man, I've enjoyed this show more than I've ever had since we started.
I'm glad you had me.
Because I had these two guys. If you don't know, now you know. Pat Green is the infamous one and only. I'm the best, and then there's all the rest.
I gotta say one thing before we go. Why y'all starting practice so early, man?
What is
Come on, man. Stop practicing so early. Don't do that, man. Look, second week of July start, man. Give them kids time to have fun. And you know, you got guys been practicing since February.
I can't talk about
You know
that
what I'm
right now,
saying?
but
Don't you
I
think,
just
you
want
know?
to I want to thank you for
And they call it
coming
spring
on.
training, practice.
I want to thank you
call
for
it all
coming
that.
on the show, man, and
just messes
being a
all
part
up.
and being a part of what we got going on. Thank you guys for all you're doing for our community, though.
Yeah,
Seriously,
we
man. For
appreciate
over
it.
30 years,
Yeah.
you guys have been a staple, and you continue to give your time, your talent, and your treasures to our kids, man. We appreciate it, and thank you for being on this All About the Youth Sports Talk Show, man. Felton, the one and only, and the infamous legend himself, Pat Green. We'll be back.
Do you need to say great job, congratulations, or way to go? Crown Trophy on Sherwood Forest Boulevard in Baton Rouge has the trophy, plaque, acrylic, or crystal award you're looking for. Whether it's for your team, business, or church, come to Crown Trophy. We guarantee the highest level of customer service, and there's no charge for rush orders or trophy engraving. We're nationally known and locally owned. Visit us online to view our catalog at www.crowntrophy.com.
No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down. Taste the feeling.
At Roadrunner Towing, we love our God, our children, our nation, and yes, our sports. So let's play ball. Score big when you need a tow, either in East Baton Rouge or West Baton Rouge. Because at Roadrunner Towing, we don't want an arm and a leg. We just want your toes.
Hey, it's Mike Benson from Rock at Work, inviting you to Classic Vinyls Classic Rock Night at Scoreboards on Coursey, with my band Studio 4 as the house band, playing from 8 till 9 every Thursday, then a guest spot from area talent directly after. You can submit your demo to Mike at eagle981.com for a chance to perform. Join us for Studio 4's Classic Vinyls Jam Night every Thursday from Scoreboards on Coursey, brought to you by Classic Vinyl Records and Eagle 98.1.
Look, you said and welcome back to It's All About the Youth Sports Talk Show. Man, what a show today, man.
Yeah, no, this was the show. This was the show that government wanted to see. This is the show that our officials wanted to see. This is the show our coaches wanted to see. This is the show our kids wanted to see. Because the one thing we didn't have a guest was a kid on here to talk about how it affected him.
Right.
To see a coach cursing, or see the coach yelling at the referee, or even see the referee taking it personal and taking it out on his team.
So you heard you heard
because like they said, oh, the referee cheating me. Every time they're not cheating.
Right.
But sometimes, because referees are human, you got to think about
And
it.
then you
They're
don't
human.
like, I mean,
yeah,
point blank,
you
don't like
talk
the
about my
call.
mom. You talk about my mom, and I'm running down the field. You gonna get the next
Don't
call.
call my mama Ashley. You know, especially, you know, if you're in a situation where sometimes the referees have relationships with the coaches where they know each other. They might know each other.
I'm gonna tell you. Well, we have a graphic. I hope we can cue up the graphic. Is right or wrong? Because the one thing about it is that you never know what side you're looking for. You might be saying 6, I'm saying 9. We're looking at it from different perspectives.
All right. So it's all about your perspective at the time.
So a lot of time when a referee is saying something to a coach is not seeing it from his perspective.
No, the point of view is subjective to be objective from my own point of view.
Yeah.
You know, so we see that a lot in life, period.
Yeah.
You know, so you did me wrong, but this is the cause and effect, you know?
That's
cause
exactly
and effect.
what it is.
Because you did this, we're in this situation.
Now I heard the guest talk about how you create that to that level, you get a kid that react to that level, and then bring him down and tell him that's hard to do for a kid.
That's a hard management process for a kid.
I'm gonna tell you, it's hard to do for adults. I'm a prime example of that fan going wild. I mean, you know, I had the Ford Excursion. You know, I had the Louisiana Youth Football office.
The
that was the mobile office for 15 years.
Right.
So I'm not saying it happened.
2 doors in the back, don't open. But
don't open. But
it was the office, the mobile office.
I don't know if this the problem or this what happened. But what I do know is that because a game wasn't scheduled the way the fans wanted it to be scheduled, because they don't look at the overall picture.
Yeah.
It's me, my.
Because cause.
Yeah, exactly.
Effect was
the mobile office was burned.
Not
literally burned.
Not sugar in the tank.
Burned.
Destroyed. I get a phone call. Hey man, you ain't gonna believe this.
Yeah, at 1 o'clock I call you, man.
In front of my house.
The excursion on fire right now.
I'm like,
now,
wait. What happened? What do you mean this excursion's on fire?
The only thing that we had, the only thing that controversial that I may have had in my 30-some years was that right there. The fact that I didn't change that time on when the game was supposed to be played.
Right.
But the fan that's where the fans take it to another level.
You know what? We should do a segment called Fans Gone Wild.
Well, that's what this is.
No. What I'm saying is just literally a segment every week. Just showing a scenario and let people, is it a 6 or a 9? You know, do you think that it was called for, or do you think it was uncalled for? So fan going wild. If the fan went wild, then hey, it is what it is. If the fan didn't go wild, then you know, if it was called for, because some coaches can put people in situations like if a fan is yelling from the stands and you turn around and you yell back, what happens?
Well, see, that's the problem. A lot of times, coaches are coaching for the fans.
Right.
So if you see a coach
coaching for the fans' approval for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because you get a coach that's, because he's yelling loud, fans who don't know the game at all, thinking my coach is really into it. He's intense. There's some fans, and Pat actually mentioned it. I mean, his fans like what he do. So there's some fans who need that. It's just like need that coach to be that type of person.
If your parents are supportive of, once again, like he brought the subject up, if your parents are supportive of profanity being used, if they use profanity, they support the profanity being used to their children, then guess what happens in a game when the referee says, hey, you can't talk to a kid like, which I saw a scenario on Snoop's documentary series where he told the referee, man, we cuss over here. See? And we cuss. And
that's where a lot of times, even the legislatures, they don't understand the environments. Official Felton Franklin mentioned it best on the show. He was like, you have to know your personnel. And a lot of times when the legislators are watching this, or when the outside community is watching, they don't understand.
They assume that it's abuse.
Yeah, and they don't understand that the people that they're working with.
Yeah, they assume that it's abuse based on the fact that their culture doesn't call for it or allow it. Because it's more of a sheltered culture, whereas Lil Ray and Lil Johnny on two different ends of the spectrum.
Prime example, the bullying situations that's going on in schools and stuff. When we were growing up, that wasn't called bullying.
Right, that's playing a dozen or teasing.
And you were toughening yourself up for community. So you got talked about at home. So when you went to school, somebody said something about your mama.
You was ready for it.
You was ready for it.
You just had a quick, witty way of coming back at it.
Exactly. Yeah, so it's changed, but it's a cultural thing that we're not realizing, that a lot of people, we're trying to put everybody into a box.
Right.
And it's hard to put everybody into a box because of the culture.
It's not a microwave approach to it, man. You can't. So to sum it up, you know, taking a microwave approach to it, you may create some legislation to govern things that are irate, just too far overboard. And what's considered to be overboard to me is physical touch. You know, words have power, but words don't have any power until you put action behind it.
Exactly.
So I'm big on those things. You know, physical touch. If you touch somebody else, then you went too far.
Yeah.
You know,
you
so
really have. Yeah.
I always look at it like this: words are going to be here.
As a matter of fact, I mean, because we have a code of conduct within our program. If we can cue that graphic up for the code of conduct, we have a code of conduct that our coaches follow.
Right.
And this is one of the things, but it's also for our fans. Because when you walk into any stadium, any field, any park that we actually have, we have this code of conduct.
It's posted.
And it's letting you know that if you act up, and this was before the legislature, if you act up, we're going to put you in jail.
Right.
I mean, we've already made arrangements for you to have accommodations at the parish prison.
Right.
Yeah, it's
Three hots in
the cot. We've already made arrangements for you. So if you want to cash in on your reservation at parish prison, cut up. I mean, I'm just saying.
Do like the rap songs, like, cut up.
Cut up.
No,
Yeah. If you about to, like they say now, if you about to, you can go ahead and cut up. We made reservations for you.
Man, I really, man, this show I enjoyed, man. I was excited.
No, man,
and I had a good time.
The next show, this is our Father's Day show that's coming up. The next show, our Father's Day show coming up, is going to be the one. It's called Daddy Daycare.
Right.
And it's going to touch on the topics of different things. And we actually have a little cue for it. Uncoachable kids become unemployable adults. Let your kids get used to someone being tough on them. It's life.
It's life.
I mean, Pat hit on that earlier.
It's definitely life.
Felton hit on it earlier. The stuff that they do as coaches, the stuff we do as referees, is to get those kids ready. So we're going to talk about daddy daycare, those daddy coaches who want to coach just their kids, and those who are destroying organizations.
Yeah, one thing I always say, and I live by it, and we're going to go out on that, man, you got to become comfortable with being uncomfortable, because the situations in life are going to always throw a curveball in certain situations. So be great in everything that you do. Ground for greatness.
And you know my thing, I always say it, hard work will put you in a place where good luck will find you.
There it is.
Hard work will put you in a place where good luck will find you.
It's all about the youth. We appreciate you. See you next week, baby.
Well, we don't want to get out that quick because they're still looking for us. Again, we have a lot of stuff coming in store for you. This show is going to be great. You see what we did from last week to this week from our last show. It's all about the youth sport talk.
Thank you. I love it. He's the technical guy. I have fun. I love it.
The dynamic duo.
Man. We'll see y'all next week.
It's only entertainment.
Not entertained. Are you